Hey, and welcome to another segment with me, Prak, here at Preach with Prak. How are you guys doing? It is the month of October. You know what that means. It is time for me to keep up with my New Year's resolution, 10 months strong. Here we go. I do want to go ahead and remind you that New Year's resolutions are not just about December or January. It is meant to be worked on throughout the year. So with that, it is the month of October. Today I'm here at the Occoquan Regional Park in Northern Virginia area. This park has your usual regional park amenities, which is your trails, your bike trails, your running trails, your fields for baseball. It is also by the Occoquan River, and so there's a lot of water activities such as kayaking and boating that's also around here. Me personally, I like to come to this park for the batting cages. Maybe I'll get a chance to show you some of the swings that I like to take at a ball that's coming quite fast at me. Anyways, with that, I do have some wellness tips for you. You know I do. This time I want to go ahead and talk about self-care. How expensive does self-care have to be? Usually when we think of self-care, we think of ways that we're treating ourselves, whether it's adding a new tech gear to our collection, whether it's buying a new outfit, whether it's buying a new car, whether it's treating yourself to a massage, to a spa, to that really beautiful date that you always wanted to go on. Any of this, right? That's usually what we think of when we think of self-care, when we're treating ourselves. But I have 3 tips for you, and you can decide for yourself how expensive or inexpensive these tips are. With that, all right, let's go ahead and check Occoquan Regional Park, and I'll catch you at the next spot. So the first tip that I had for you regarding self-care would be taking the time to clean the pollution in your mind. Let me say that again. It's taking the time to clean the pollution in your mind. And how can you do that? Well, you must have heard of meditation. Meditation is taking the time to listen to your thoughts. It's sitting still, closing your eyes so that you're not distracted, and all you do is take the time to listen to your thoughts. You amplify your thoughts. I have talked about meditation in the 10 Commandments for your mind, where I take the time to show you how you can develop a relationship with your mind. And one of the key steps is meditation, is taking the time to listen to your thoughts. Once you begin listening to your thoughts, you may begin to see that you are utilizing some of your thoughts to think about what happened to you yesterday, what happened a week ago, what that person may have said about you. These thoughts no longer add value to what your mind has the potential to do. So cleaning the pollution in your mind can help you utilize your mind towards thoughts that will benefit you, that will add value to your life. So the self-care tip here would be take the time to meditate. All you need is a timer. And if you are new to meditation, you can begin with just 5 minutes on a weekly basis. And over time, you can build it to 20 minutes on a daily basis. But just go ahead and take the time to listen to your thoughts, amplify those thoughts, and see what it is that you are spending your thoughts on. Our mind is a gift that we are born with. Our mind is a tool that can help us overcome obstacles and achieve dreams that we may have once considered or we may be looking forward to. So if you take the time to listen to your thoughts and remove and clean up the pollution that's going on in your thoughts, it will allow your mind more efficient and will allow your thoughts to benefit you, and it'll allow your thoughts to be cleaner, and it will benefit you and your life. So the second tip I had for you that you could add to your self-care routine would be considering the act of fasting or abstinence, or temporarily removing an activity or temporarily stopping the consumption of certain items that you regularly take in your life. Now, these items or these activities may not add 100% benefit to your life, and you possibly know that, but you do find yourself enjoying it. So every once in a while, if you consider adding it to your fasting list, it may end up adding value to your life. So you can sometimes consider fasting or putting a pause on the consumption of sugar and dessert, So then you can see yourself being on a different energy level state rather than the hyper energy level state that sugar typically gives us. Another item that you can consider fasting from is drinking every weekend. When you take the time to possibly put a break and keep your weekends on a sober level, you will see that you may add value to other activities, or you may find yourself appreciating drinking on a different level because you miss it. Another item that you could possibly fast from is consumption of social media on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. When you take the time to give yourself a break from this digital noise, you may see that you could be adding value. You may see that you may add value to your hobbies or to your personal time. Fasting has always benefited me. It has always helped me appreciate what I'm fasting from, but it helped me understand why it is that I possibly like this habit that may not be 100% beneficial to me. Fasting can always add clarification to your mindset, and this can always be of benefit to you. So with that was my second tip for you, which is consider adding fasting to your self-care routine. So the third tip that I have for you regarding what you could add to your self-care routine is being generous with the amount of time you invest in negative emotions. So that's being generous with the amount of time you invest in your negative emotions. Negative emotions are natural. They happen. They are a natural response to moments or events that suck, and you find yourself having these negative emotions, such as anger, such as fear, such as anxiety, such as sadness. These are negative emotions, and they are natural. But what I'm saying is go ahead and cut back. Go ahead and be generous with the amount of energy and effort you spend on these emotions. Our emotions are internal and they're invisible, but its effects the effects of emotions are definitely visible. The effects of emotions do affect the outlook of your life. If you are spending hours on anger, on hate, on negativity, your outlook towards life will also be negative. But if you cut back on the time that you are investing in these negative emotions, trust me, your outlook on life will also change, and it will add shine to your well-being. It will add value to your well-being, and hopefully have you shining rather than being dim, because negative emotions do steal the shine from your spirit. So that concludes the 3 self-care tips that I had for you, and by now I'm sure you can agree they are fairly inexpensive, right? They just require commitment and a new style of practice. Let me go ahead and remind you quickly what the 3 tips were. The first one was meditation clean the pollution in your mind by adding meditation to your routine. The second one was consider fasting or abstinence to certain consumptions that you know that you overdo. And the third one was be generous with the amount of time that you invest in negative emotions, because it does steal the shine from your spirit. With that, I hope you enjoyed my message, and I hope you consider adding any of these tips to your daily routine. I would love to hear from you and how you have applied this to your life and how it has benefited you. With that, if you do like my content, please feel free to share, subscribe, and like, and do all of that so that we can continue adding value to the therapeutic movement, add value to our collective consciousness, and continue building the Wellness Warriors community. With that, this has been Prak with Preach with Prak. Until next time, thank you. Want more of Preach with Prak? How about you go ahead and subscribe to our Rise and Shine to Your Purpose newsletter, available only on preachwithprak.com. Here I'll provide you a weekly message to guide you throughout the week and check in with you with a wellness questionnaire. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe to Rise and Shine to Your Purpose newsletter, available only on preachwithprak.com.